The most expensive private planes for golfers. Golf is a costly game. It attracts many people out there, but golf players own expensive stuff. Hello folks, here we are with another video on the topic most expensive private planes for golf players. Here we go. Golf strangely rewards modesty and calls for strong personalities. Most of us wouldn't watch anonymous bystanders hit a ball and stroll around a green. Like in the past when it was all about Arnie and Jack, we watched for Tiger, Phil, Ricky, and Rory. Private planes are an even more apparent result of pro-golf culture when you consider the emphasis on personalities, the cost of golf equipment, those putters, drives, and club memberships are pricey, and how expensive the game of golf is. Here is a list of some golf players who own expensive planes. 1. Rory McIlroy's Bombardier Challenger 605. In addition to being a means of transportation from tour to tour, private aircraft serve as a vital status symbol. Although most people couldn't name every British Open champion, they can relate to Arnie or Tiger taking off in a fancy private jet. Few new winners have garnered as much attention as Rory McIlroy from Northern Ireland, who filled the void left by Tiger's prolonged dry spell of more than 10 years. Naturally, if this list has taught us anything, having a big-time private plane also means being a big-time golfer. The Bombardier Challenger 605 series jet is the most produced aircraft on this list as of 2018, making over 1,000 units. The top speed and range of a 605, like Rory's, are Mach .885 and 3,910 miles, respectively. These can be expensive, ranging in price from $27 to $33 million, with maintenance charges of $3 million a year, but when you're one of the most well-known golfing celebrities on the planet, that seems like nothing. 2. Sergio Garcia's Hawker 4000. After eventually winning the 2017 Masters, Garcia confirmed the former and disproved the latter. For years, Garcia was known as Spain's most well-known golfer and possibly the most prominent active member not to win a major. He had his Hawker 4000 during all of those ups and downs. When the Hawker initially debuted in 2001, it could be rather pricey, fetching up to $22.9 million in 2012. However, production stopped the following year, and today many Hawker sales are for the $4 million salvage value of its power plant and related parts. Yet that doesn't imply it's a dud by any means. The Hawker has an operational range of over 3,300 miles, a crew of 2 pilots, and seating for 8 to 14 passengers. 3. Ernie Els Gulfstream 4 SP. The most expected aspect of the most peculiar inclusion on our list is the Gulfstream 4 SP. It's an all-around reliable jet that's far lighter than the Gulfstream 3, is flown by a 2-person crew, and can accommodate anywhere between 12 and 19 passengers depending on the model. This item is fascinating because of what occurred on Els' personal Gulfstream 4 SP. He got into a conversation with another golfer, Steve Marino, in 2018, during which Marino said he was ranked higher than Els in earnings. Later, on a drunken trip home from a meeting in Japan, Els said, "Now we fight," headbutted Marino, and the battle began. Even though Marino was quite stunned and injured, the incident reportedly ended with both parties laughing. 4. Arnold Palmer's Citation X. There is no arguing that Arnold Palmer popularized golf more than any other person who wasn't named Tiger, even though he wasn't the first pro-golf superstar. Hello, Ben Hogan and Sam Snead. His combination of down-to-earth approachability and zest for life, as illustrated by his fondness for private jets, contributed to his popularity. In fact, after his wife and golf, Palmer's love of flying is listed as his biggest passion on the main Arnold Palmer website. In his earlier days, Palmer operated several private aircraft, including a Citation X. Even though production of this particular private jet was halted in 2018, its owners still find it to be quite helpful. A Citation X has a swept-wing design, requires a 2-person crew, can carry up to 12 passengers, is capable of Mach .935, and as of 2015 was about $23.3 million in price. 5. Jack Nicklaus's Gulfstream 3. Besides having a golden touch on the golf course, the Golden Bear also offered a gold standard selection of private aircraft. Nicklaus had several Gulfstream models, including the G3 from the 1970s, one of the most well-known brands in private aviation today. Interesting fact, Nicklaus and fellow 1970s legend and aviation lover John Denver shared a pilot. Nicklaus, like Palmer, has owned several aircraft, including other Gulfstream types. The Gulfstream 3 is a private jet with a respectable amount of space, with room for up to 19 passengers. Its cost varies greatly, starting at only $695K in 2018 for an older 1982 model, and going up to $37 million, and the $65 million American evangelist Creflo A. Dollar boasted about paying for one. Do you know what 3 ways are to make your golf game good? Either start practicing, take lessons, or start cheating. With this, remember to like, share, and comment if you have any other way. Also, do subscribe to Daily Aviation. 6. Phil Mickelson's Gulfstream 5. It makes sense that Phil would match Tiger's opulent Gulfstream G550 with a $40 million Gulfstream 5 since Tiger and Phil have been together and established their era in golf history. The Gulfstream 5 can travel 7,500 miles and can achieve a speed of Mach .885. This combination of 2 characteristics makes it ideal for rapid turnaround times on even the most extended excursions. It is no secret that players like Mickelson, Nicklaus, and Greg Norman adore the Gulfstream 5, making it one of the most well-liked aircraft among professional golfers, especially when you factor in its capacity for 12 passengers. 7. Greg Norman's Lockheed Jetstar. Despite having the moniker The Shark, Greg Norman is best known for his high-flying jet-set lifestyle. Throughout his golfing career and retirement, Norman owns 7 remarkable planes, including a Gulfstream 5 and Gulfstream G550. He is a significant jet lover. We were interested in his first private jet, though. He claims on his website that the Lockheed Jetstar, a real throwback that debuted in 1961, was his first private aircraft. It's the private plane that Goldfinger flew in the corresponding James Bond movie, to give you an idea of time. 8. Payne Stewart's Learjet 35. We include Payne Stewart here with regret, not because he didn't deserve the luxury of a pro golf existence or the private aircraft, but rather because he deserved much more than that. Stewart, unfortunately, perished in a Learjet 35 disaster in 1999. Stewart boarded the Learjet 35 with 2 other pilots and 4 other passengers with a planned route from Orlando to Dallas. But things quickly went awry as the cabin's pressure dropped and everyone on board began to experience oxygen deprivation. The aircraft lost control and crashed in South Dakota. Also, the Learjet 35 had experienced similar problems before. Even though the model had a generally strong safety record, there had been prior cabin pressure issues identical to the one that occurred in Payne's aircraft, according to a Wall Street Journal piece published after the tragedy. Ricky Fowler and Puma's Gulfstream 5. As we've already discussed, the Gulfstream 5 is a terrific private jet. Despite this, Ricky Fowler's private plane has elements of both personal and business use. Being a former sponsor of Fowler's, Puma loaned him their exclusive Gulfstream 5 for his honeymoon with supermodel and track star Alison Stoka, who snapped a photo of their trip that featured the Puma logo. Giving someone control of a company plane is a significant responsibility, but Fowler has been sponsored by Puma for 10 years, and in 2014 he shared a photo of himself boarding a private aircraft while traveling to the BMW Championship while sporting, what else? A Puma hat, which makes it appear to be a fair arrangement. It's no surprise that golf is regarded as one of the world's greatest sports. 10. Jordan Spieth. NetJets is the principal sponsor of the 3-time champion. Some tour players such as Justin Thomas, Jon Rahm, and Dustin Johnson are flown around by NetJets in their private aircraft. In contrast to many other sports, golf requires skill, devotion, humility, and focus. There are no games or pranks because of the tight laws and regulations. Only skill and enthusiasm are displayed. While many people dislike golf's downplayed and straightforward approach, many love it. Top golfers can make more money than most NFL, NBA, and football stars. This implies that when they're not sinking birdies and eagles, pun intended, these great golfers have fantastic private jets to fly around. They use these for holidays and other travel and flying around for competitions, like the PGA Tour. That's all for the video today. Thank you, people, for watching our video. We will be back with another video soon. Do like, share, and comment down below. Also, remember to subscribe to Daily Aviation.